The Societe Generale Valley Pack executed a magnificent drive to open the scoring in this intriguing encounter, lock Chris Allman driving over to make the score 5-0. But the Tigers replied in the 15th minute with a penalty to fly half Robbie Keith. The USRC Tigers then took control of the opening 40. At the quarter markers, fullback Casey Stone crossed over for a try converted by Keith. The Tiger lead 10-5. Twice more the Tigers were able to grind out penalties that Robbie Keith could convert. And by the end of the half, the home side had asserted themselves 16-5 over the visitors. Valley started the second half in almost exactly the same fashion as the first, with a try to hook a Ryan Campbell. Rosley was unable to convert, but Valley were on the trail of the Tiger at 16-10. What unfolded was a bitter battle as the Tigers fought tooth and nail with the red and black machine. With just over 20 minutes remaining, the scoreless spell was broken by Robbie Keith, who elevated the Tigers to 19-10. From there, the 2017-18 league champions shut out the grand champions. Only a late penalty to Matthew Rosley saw the scoreboard move as the Borrelli Walsh Tigers prevailed in a tight, hard-fought victory, 19-13. It's time for the Kerry Hotel Player of the Round. When it comes to go forward, the Borrelli Walsh USRC Tigers have just the man for the job. Number 8, Josh Herstich leads the way either side of the ball and has become a dominant force in the Tigers' go-forward factor. In week 3, with 15 or more carries and a body count of 15 plus tackles, Herstich blasts his way to the award of the Kerry Hotel Player of the Round.
As we get ready set for action with Tanner DeWitt referee, Stuart Copeland getting the game underway. Flags are raised. Gregor McNeish with the first points of the day. Hong Kong Scottish take a 3-0 lead. Great hands, Henderson. Sean Taylor down the outside. Scott Hartley. Oh, fantastic. What a try, Hong Kong Scottish. I'd still give him a pretty good chance.
Pretty solid.
Hong Kong Scottish take a 10-0 lead early, playing on the wing today after having a game of 9 and a game of 10 this year. And also play fullback, strikes it really well, that's through. Sandy Bayer on the board.
Experience Pricey, he's slotted many a goal up here, I'm sure.
Strikes it really cleanly. Another clean strike. Sandy Bayer back. They're over. I think it's Dylan Rogers in underneath there. Another clean strike. Jack Meadows flawless off the kicking tee this afternoon. Hartley bundled into touch, yeah, very well covered. And that will be the halftime break.
Just in there, Coach Craig Hammond gesticulating, winding his hands up in the air as if to say, come on boys, let's go for it, bring some intensity. So I'd actually expect Scottish to come out in this second half with a little bit more bite than they probably had in that first half. So.
Hitting another big boy here, Jack Parfitt. Well tackled down low. Mike Parfitt hitting Henderson out the back. Oh, Jamie Pincott in a huge hole. Holds on to it. He had and he scores.
On dowsing, they stripped the ball. Meadows straight onto it and popped the ball back inside to Tom, and then Tom scooped the ball and turnover ball, and fair play to Scottish.
But again, you'd be penciling in the 3 points here for Manish. 20 metres out, almost right in front. We'll give them a 4-point lead. We're down to about 7 to go, so definitely not out of it, Sandy Bay. Good strike. Flags are up. Hong Kong Scottish go out to 20. Sandy Bay 16. And time is up.
So more heartbreak for Sandy Bay there. I think they'd probably look at that as another game where they've...
At the Hong Kong Football Club, the Natixis Club hosted Kerry Hotel Kowloon on Bali Memorial Day, where emotions in the stand were high as friends and family lost in the disaster were remembered. Kowloon arrived with the only expectation on them being a good performance to honour the departed members of their club. What they delivered, though, was more than Dead thought possible.
No charge.
It started with this penalty to Kowloon's Jack Hughes to open the score 3-0.
Who's here? Hands and feet.
Then Kowloon broke the home side's line in the tight to finish off the first quarter 8-0 up.
Drive. Got a ball.
Club then found their stride and delivered a barrage of points, including this converted try. From prop Ronan Donnelly a few minutes later. Then a try to outstanding midfielder Tom Hill on the half-hour mark to take the lead.
Try. Thanks, James.
But Kowloon were dogged, and enterprising scrum half Bryn Phillips was able to slip through 5 minutes later. Jack Hughes converted to give the visitors a 15-12 lead as the teams broke for half-time.
It's time, half-time.
Out of the break, Hughes collected an early penalty for Kowloon as they made their way out to an 18-12 lead. But when nuggety loose forward Phil Whitfield was sin-binned for Kowloon, it looked like Club would begin its run on the lead. And it did only 2 minutes later as Ben Axton Barrett continued his tremendous form for Club, latching onto this delicate chip from Glenn Hughes to make the score 17-18 to Kowloon. But then Kowloon dug their heels in and raged hard against the table leaders, clawing their way back to 15 men before Owen Phillips scored this try with only 10 minutes remaining. Kowloon then emptied themselves as they continued to defy their opposition and the form guide for a victory that could easily start a roll when the likes of Jack Neville and Tamasi Laua returned from National Sevens duty. To the top of the table after 4 rounds of the Saxo Capital Markets Men's Premiership, and all teams now have lost a game and one of the tightest Premiership starts in recent history. 3 teams stacked the top of the table on 14 points, with only for and against separating them. Bloomberg Hong Kong Scottish take the lead after a tough one with the Bay, 9 points clear on points differential from the Natixis Club, who stalled after their first defeat of the season. The Borrelli Walsh USRC Tigers sit 23 points adrift of the club and third on points differential, but no doubt happy to have put 2 Premiership points between themselves and 4th place Valley. Kowloon will be quietly pleased with their hard-fought win over Club to move clear off the ground floor on 5 points and outright 5th place, while Sandy Bay continues to improve but is still unable to tick up a win. The Bay sits last on 2 points.